for an infant universe that is yet to be born. I shall call it the great beyond, the creator thinks to themselves. Within Caleb, how you doing? Morning, how you doing? Patlin, how you doing? Sorry, guys, I'm busy trying to figure out how much I fucked up. There's a bunch of things I screwed up here. Shady Savage, how you doing? Welcome to everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, we're testing out multi-streaming, as you might have taken from the title. We're testing out multi-streaming, and I'm tasting my fucking patience. Drag Race, how you doing? Good morning. Post, how you doing, brother? Hold up, something's weird. I'm fixing stuff. Give me a second, boys. Give me a fucking second here. Right. Okay, shit's weird. It's very weird. I'm so used to chat working very differently and chats working very much not fucking the same, which is super weird here. Craig, how you doing, brother? I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. So for those of you that isn't sure what the hell's going on, why is he talking to people and why isn't he talking to people? I'm talking to YouTubers and Twitchers alike. Like, we're all in the same space together. We're testing out multi-streaming, as you might imagine. It's a Saturday. I'm tired as shit. I haven't slept enough. This is just where we are now. I wanted to test it out. I was way too excited. What a time to be alive, Aldeson. Exactly, right? Exactly. The YouTube viewers, you guys should be able to see Twitch's chat on the screen. Sadly, I can't put your chat on the screen because Twitch had a fucking mental breakdown. Twitch said, yeah, you can absolutely multi-stream, but you're not allowed to mix chat. YouTube doesn't care. Like, for YouTube, you can put a million chats on your screen and they don't give a shit. Twitch was like, no. We don't want people to know that there are other platforms out there, really. So you can't show or share like different chats on your screen. So sadly, this is sort of the best we can do, at least for now. We'll figure it out as time goes on. Lucid, how you doing? How you doing, bro? Husan, how you doing, bro? Craig, how you doing? Wolfrain, how you doing? It's been a while since we've been live on YouTube, isn't it? It's been a while. Morning, how you doing? Don't mix us with the damn commoners. Are you calling the Twitch stream, like the Twitch viewers, commoners, bro? Like, seriously? You're gonna go after? Are we gonna start a fucking war here between YouTube and Twitch? Dragores, how you doing? I don't know who would win that war. There's more viewers on YouTube. I mean, in general, the platform. But I feel like Twitch viewers are they're more feisty. Like, they would probably they would gladly go to war, I think. Twitch, they got ads? Yeah, well, the ads can't be turned off. On YouTube, at least you can turn the ads off, but you can't do that on Twitch, obviously. Reggie, how you doing, bro? Alden, how you doing? Patlin, how you doing? How is it weird in chat for you today? Because I'm using a different kind of chat at the minute, right? So here's how my chat looks at the moment. Let me just do a screen share. Ignore all the fucking screens, but all the screens do give you a good idea of what my chat looks like, right? So I have Twitch chat on the one side, but then I have this other fucking chat that is all of the chats mixed together. I'm not allowed to actually show that, but, you know, for the purposes of this little exercise, let's just show that. But yeah, so it's sort of weird because it moves weird as well. Twitch moves from the top whereas this one moves from the bottom, so it's very weird for me. I'm not exactly sure who the hell I'm supposed to respond to. You know, I'm so used to just seeing the chat from the top, you know? So it's a little weird. Plus, I see we're dropping frames again. It is Restream, by the way. I figured out why the internet is so bad. It's Restream. I don't know what's going on with the Restream, but for some reason, when we stream to Restream, it has fits. It's a nice mess to look at. Riggy, I agree. I agree. Looks at my screen most of the time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how long we'll be here. Like, although I fucking said that yesterday and we ended up being here for 8 hours. So, who knows? But I just wanted to test this out, see if it works. Hang out for a bit, you know? It's a Saturday. We can hang out. We can chat shit. We can do some match shit. There was a mindfuck of an image there. The screen, in screen. Yeah, there's no other way to show you guys that. You have to sort of look at the screen, in screen. You will all, how you doing? I really wish that I could just have all of the chats on screen, but, you know, this is where we are. Anyways, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's weekend. Anyone have any plans? Gold Seeker, I don't think you can sync up both streams. Well, you can. Like, I can do a countdown for you if you wanted to do that, Gold. If you want, I can do a countdown for you. Like, we'd count down from 10 and you just align both of them. But it would be weird because YouTube is a lot faster than Twitch. So, you know where this is going to be fucking amazing? BlizzCon. Like, we've been hyped for BlizzCon for a while now, right? We've been looking forward to BlizzCon for a while. And I thought I was going to stream BlizzCon on Twitch because that's where we stream. Yeah? But now we can stream BlizzCon to both. Like both the YouTube audience and the Twitch audience can all just watch BlizzCon together. Oh, dude, this is going to be nuts. This is going to be so much fun. Holy shit. Shadow Scalic, 20 months, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate ya. Thank you. I'm sad due to events in my country. What the fuck happened in your country, Yuba? Glad to have supported you for this long. Bro, I am so glad for the support. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Which of the leaks do you think has the most probability of being true? Wolf Silver, how you doing? Omar, how you doing? Oh, in Israel, yeah. Shit's really going down. I was watching a debate earlier between Sam Harris and Brett Weinstein. Brett or Eric? I think Eric Weinstein. I haven't finished it yet, but it was on trigonometry. I'll probably finish it at some point. I got bored halfway through because they both speak super slow. Abaddon, how you doing, bro? What was I talking about? Oh, you asked about the leaks. Which of the leaks seem the most probable? So obviously, if you're a YouTube viewer, you're probably gonna like not have a clue that, you know, we've been sort of going back and forth for a long time about different things and talking about like all of the leaks and stuff here on Twitch, and I've uploaded most of those discussions to the Clips channel. But I have explained, or I've shown how like almost all of it can be true, right? There's a world in which, so we have, let's see, the most prominent leaks right now is one that says we're going to Avaloran or some kind of place, right? Some kind of island. Then we have, and it's going to be some sort of pirate expansion. But then we also have a leak that shows how, you know, it's maybe a dwarven expansion. Then we have a leak from Towley that shows how it might actually be an underground expansion that we're actually looking at. And all three of those can 100% be true. Like, there's 100% a world where all of those can be true. Because if you really start tracing it down, Avaloran would be an incredibly ancient place. Yeah? Like a very, very ancient place. Troubleshooter, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. So, guaranteed, there is going to be, at least to some extent, ancestors of the earliest dwarves, right, will be on Avaloran. because we know that right after the dwarves broke free from the Titans' control, Troubleshooter, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there's Dwarven, and the dwarves sort of scattered into the wind. There's guaranteed to be some of those dwarves that may have followed some of the outcasts to Avaloran. So we may actually meet like some of the most ancient dwarven tribes on Avaloran. Avaloran could have underground zones. It could actually be an island inside Azeroth rather than an island across the sea. So in order to get into it, you have to travel by sea, but then eventually you go down in order to get to Avaloran. All of this is possible. We don't know what happens on the inside of Azeroth. We know there are places deep within Azeroth that are incredibly large, right? So the arguments, like all of these things can be true at the exact same time. I've never watched One Piece Blackwall, so maybe I don't know what Fishman Island is. If it's in the ground, maybe, right? Deep Sea Dwarf Tram underwater and storms to Avaloran. Yeah, I can make a case for all of the leaks sort of kind of maybe being true. It could also be none of the leaks. I have learned a long time ago that leaks should not be trusted under any circumstances. You should sort of take leaks with a drop of like a massive, massive pinch of salt. And the reason for that is even the most accurate leaks that we have ever had, and I have covered leaks literally since I started my YouTube channel. It was one of the first things Blizzard got angry with me about, was the fact that I covered leaks, and oftentimes I would cover leaks from people sending me the leaks specifically, right? So they didn't even post it anywhere on the internet. They just sent me a bunch of leaks and I would cover everything. So Blizzard got really pissy with me there. Fuck them. I like doing it anyways. But even the most accurate leaks that we've seen has never been 100% accurate. For example, just before Shadowlands, sort of halfway through BFA, we had a massive, massive leak that said that the next expansion is Shadowlands. It came with a bunch of screenshots in it. It had a map of what Shadowlands was going to look like. And then when Shadowlands finally came out, it was clear that it was right about the name, the Shadowlands. But it got that bit right. It was right that, we were going to travel to the Shadowlands. It was completely wrong about the old gods being at the center of the Shadowlands. And it was completely wrong that the Shadowlands is actually a place of the old gods rather than a place of death. Right? But it was right about a bunch of other things. It did say that there would be 4 zones, and they did speak about some kind of covenant system sort of thing. I see the internet going down again, or at least having a fucking mental breakdown. So don't worry if it goes down for a bit. We'll just stick it out, right? But yeah, so there's definitely a lot of things. It might be some kind of F for a second there. I'm not sure. It's restream for some reason. Every time we do restream at the minute, it seems to be having a mental breakdown. Don't know why. Don't know whether viewing experience is better if people on YouTube is having some kind of problem as well with viewing, or if it's just Twitch viewers that's really struggling at the minute. But yeah, it is some kind of F, and I think. Let me know when it's back. Chassis, how you doing? Carlos, how you doing? You are dropping more frames than a drunk eye doctor? Yeah, it's Restream, the service that I use in order to actually stream to both of the platforms. So this one. It's this one that's causing all of this shit. This platform is causing fucking trouble for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't have a fucking clue. For some reason, we stream to this and it just goes bonkers. So, yeah. Bashy, but we're holding on. Yeah, I can only apologize. We're trying it. It worked for about 2 months perfectly. It worked perfectly for about 2 months and then just stopped working. Dennis, by the way, thanks for the subscribe. Really appreciate that. Wait, there was a subscribe, right? Or am I completely nuts? Someone subscribed. Thank you, Dennis. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Dev, but internet is okay. Yeah, it's also at 30 frames per second because I was a fucking moron and I forgot to change my OBS to 60 frames per second, and you can't change that while live. So we are currently streaming at 30 frames per second, which is slightly annoying. You know, just a fucking tad annoying to me. But yeah, hopefully the restream stuff gets sorted out. Now that I know that it's restream, I can contact my ISP and I can be like, hey, bros, I know where the internet is going wrong. It's when I stream to restream. Can you guys figure this out? Why you don't use Streamlabs? Streamlabs, I mean, it's not a Streamlabs problem. Nevin does. I use Stream Elements. Both of those use OBS, or at least a version of OBS. But that would fix nothing. Right? Because you can't dual stream from a single OBS. You would still need to go through Restream, and that's where the problem comes in. When I use cool ideas, for example, their relay server, we did that yesterday, and it was perfectly fine. So, right now, at least, there's not much I can do. Meeks, how you doing? The stream is going to be like a podcast? Well, we'll see, because the stream wants to fucking go down. The internet doesn't want to play ball. But no, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Nonetheless, I think, at least I hope, there's going to be some interesting things coming out of BlizzCon. It's going to be interesting to see what Chris Metzen has planned for us for BlizzCon, and which of the leaks were a little bit more accurate than some of the others. But I would not put too much stock in the leaks, at least for the moment. When you bat your eyelashes, it's sexier looking now. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Oh, shit. Yeah. I mean, let's wait and see. I still...
It's not always about the ooh-woo. Sometimes it's about the ara-ara.
Sadly, for the YouTube viewers, I can't give you guys access to things like blurb. So you can also make ara-ara fucking sounds. YouTube doesn't allow that. Like, none of the cool features over on Twitch I can do on YouTube. I don't know why YouTube is so stringent with their bullshit. Yeah, I'm Times. How you doing, bro? Were Chris Metzen active in preparation for 11.0, or will he be active for 11.1 and the rest? Omar, he's been back for about 2 years now, so he would definitely have been active for 11.0. Based on what I've heard, he's very much active in 11.0. From what I've heard, he is 11.0. But I mean, I have no way of knowing if that is true. It might be true. It might not be true. There's no way of knowing that, right? Wait, who just subscribed? Someone just subscribed again, and I have no fucking clue. Why does YouTube not show that shit? I appreciate the sub anyways. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who's the plebs now? What do you mean, Alderson? Who's plebing? Who's plebing around? I'm going to be playing WoW today to get some XP and level my tunes prior to BlizzCon. I know that there is something coming. But then, well, that would be a good bait. There's nothing wrong with that. I can't bring myself to level characters in Dragonflight. I can't bring myself to really play Dragonflight. I like the story, and now the story is done. Now I don't want to play it anymore. I'm waiting for the next story to drop so I can play it again. I will, like, my wish list, so the thing that I want to see in BlizzCon at BlizzCon some kind of casual content. Like, if the next expansion again launches with this, you know, 1 raid at the start, 8 dungeons, and then go fuck yourself in the open world, I'm again going to be spending the rest of the expansion complaining about World of Warcraft. Like, I can already warn you guys about this. If the next expansion launches and they announce dungeons and raids and open world, fucking world bosses and gearing and shit, I'm again going to spend the next 2 years complaining. I don't want to do that. I don't find it fun. It is fucking boring. I want content built for me. I want Torghast to actually matter and not just be tied to legendary bullshit. I would like the Mage Tower back. I would even like it if they updated garrisons and maybe brought that back as some kind of housing system. The farms of Mr. Pandaria, love to get that back. So there's a bunch of things that I would love to get back in World of Warcraft that's been removed that I think could be really cool. Only hope I have currently is whatever 115 is. Their entire PR strategy of playing nice and being such a cute, comfy vibe, and then betraying that with the 2024 roadmap 10.3 heel turn is just... what do you mean? How did they heel turn? Bro, like, how did they heel turn? By the way, Celestra, 63 months, part of the DJ Nation, appreciate ya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. I can finally catch your stream, 63 months, Jesus Christ, fuck yeah. Celestra, fucking love you, bro. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man. What do I want specifically? I want casual content. That's all. That's literally the only thing I want from World of Warcraft. I don't give a fuck about any dungeons. I don't want to do dungeons. I don't care about raids. I don't want to do raids. I don't care about gear. I don't want any system that is tied to gear in any way, shape, or form. I don't give a fuck about mounts. I don't give a fuck about pets. I want something that I enjoy playing. I loved playing Torghast. I actually did. Unironically, I thought Torghast was really, really good. I didn't like that Legos was tied to Torghast. That was my only complaint with Torghast, was that Legos was tied to it. If they removed the Lego tie, I would probably have loved it even more. I thought Island Expeditions was a really good idea, even though I think it could have been implemented better. Again, the fact that Azerite was tied to it, I think created more problems than it solved. It would have been better if they just didn't do that, right? I know that we have an F right now. I know that we have an F. Don't worry. I know that some people are going to find drops and shit in the stream. I'm aware. Zanarov, what do you mean like? When you ask like, what do you mean? Omer, what would I have to see? But I mean, I did explain that, right? Like, when you ask what would I love to see most, I mean, I literally just explained that. No, there is an F. It should fix itself. At least I think it's fixed now. Yeah, this is Restream. I'm gonna have to contact my service provider and be like, hey, bros, what the fuck's going on here? Fix this, please. All right, so there's this weird thing that happens. For some reason, when I say I want casual-friendly content for casual players that don't give a shit about dungeons and raids, there's like a subset of WoW players that go, like what? And then I think about all of the MMOs out there that offer casual-friendly content that isn't tied to gear, dungeons, and raids. You know, and literally take a game and just borrow from that. It's wild, because how do I actually explain that? You know, how do you actually explain that? It makes it very difficult to explain, because when I tell you I want Torghast back, right? I mean it. Bring Torghast back. Make it into something that is evergreen that people can play. Maybe make it a little bit harder. Maybe rework some of it and make it last forever. So make it something that even 5 expansions from now, you can still run Torghast and have fun in it. Patlin, 6 months. Oh shit, you gifted a sub. 6 subs already in the channel. Really appreciate you, Patlin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. I would say Evergreen Start from Dragonflight onwards. Pringles, okay, so what system was introduced in Dragonflight that we could consider an evergreen system? The only one I can think of is dragon riding, but that's just a new mode of transportation, right? Most of the Wise, how you doing, bro? I want my own freaking house, damn it. I think housing should come to World of Warcraft, I agree. That's another casual system that can absolutely be implemented into World of Warcraft, and it would actually work really well. Tower of Damned, Heaven on High. You know, there's Guild Wars 2 have a number of systems very similar to that. I think people would also enjoy. Shay, how you doing? Same content output every expansion. I agree with you. Kylie K, how you doing? Okay, but please don't say garrisons and then use garrisons as an example of why housing wouldn't work. For the love of God, let's not do that. I'm begging you. If garrisons was literally the opposite of how housing should be done in a video game, like literally the opposite. So I would argue no, please. Let's not do that. Other than being too busy to watch. Shay, still very happy to have you here. Why can't we get more reasons to collaborate with other players in the world? It should be the main selling point of any MMO. Mr. Unfamiliar, the problem with collaborations with other people in the outdoor, and I understand fully why Blizzard does this to some extent. The problem with any sort of content that requires collaboration is if someone plays on a server where there aren't enough people, suddenly that person can't do whatever event you have put there that requires collaboration. Because without people, the event cannot be completed because the event requires more than just one person. So you are punishing sort of like the solo player that doesn't want to play with anyone, right? Vacan, thanks for the raid, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. 4 people. Welcome, guys. So I understand why Blizzard doesn't do it, but I can also envision a world where you have content, or at least some content, that requires some level of cooperation. So I can think of things that Blizzard can do that you would need other people for, right? City linking content like Torghast and Garrison. Bronze Dragon Hub in every city linking content, like, yeah, you could have that as well. That would be actually really cool. Not a big raid, but it's something, bro. Still appreciate it. Thank you. Zugods, how you doing, brother? Patlin, Go-Kart, how you doing? I want a house in Stormwind or Ironforge. See, the thing is, so I'm going to ask you guys this. How many people in both chats, YouTube and Twitch, how many of you actually want a house? Rito, $15 tip, man. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, Rito, I need to ask you this, since you just tipped $15. How did you find the new service? Because I'm sort of supporting a South African company here. It's a company called Stub. They just opened their doors, and they're trying, at least, to, you know, become a payment intermediary. So I would like to know how you found your experience working with Stub. Was it easy? Was it hard? Was it troublesome? You know, whatever the case may be. How helpful are you for the next expansion? BlizzCon, do you think WoW will be WoW again? Will it have the Warcraft vibe instead of Blizz trying to appeal to Twitter users while driving the narrative into the ground? Yeah, the donating service, Stub Africa, I think is what their full name is. I just wanted to know how you found it. So I'll answer your question in a second. Again, just want to say thank you for the $15. I just want to finish with the housing thing. Now, many of you said you do want a house, yeah? And obviously, all of us are going to have different versions of the kind of housing system we envision we want in World of Warcraft. Yeah? What would you rather? Would you rather have the perfect system for a house, or would you rather not have housing at all? Because I have a feeling that is sort of gonna be the choice. If we want the perfect housing system in World of Warcraft from the start, I don't think we're ever gonna get housing in World of Warcraft. Because Blizzard have already made it very clear they're not willing to sacrifice a raid tier or a dungeon for housing. They're just not willing to do that. And if we're going to ask for a housing system that allows you to put your house in Stormwind or put your house in Ironforge, there's a good chance that Blizzard will just go, nah, fam, fuck you. We're not doing that. What I would suggest, and this is what I have suggested for a really long time, is rather than try and give people a full-blown housing system from the off, how about we compromise? How about the first step is make garrisons customizable? Exactly where they stand now, but maybe for the first iteration, just allow them to be customizable. That's all. So every player has their garrison already, and they have the ability to change that garrison into whatever thing they want it to be. So in other words, I want to make mine look like a Tauren garrison, or like an Orc garrison, or like a humanoid garrison, or like a Night Elf garrison, or whatever garrison you want. You can change it in whichever way you want by collecting the different skins of the different buildings in the world. And then maybe next patch, or maybe a few patches later, Blizzard comes in and they launch another update to the garrison system where they say, okay, we've now enabled the ability to move everything in your garrison to wherever the hell you want it. Right? So you can now move things around as much as you want and put it wherever the hell you want. So baby steps. Exactly, Yam Times. Baby steps. Allow Blizzard to play around with it, and every few patches release a new update that gives the player more freedom to put in the garrison what they want. And then maybe eventually you allow the player to move their garrison to wherever in the world they want their garrison to be. In my mind, that is more achievable than a straight up give us a house. Because I don't think give us a house will work. I genuinely do not believe that Blizzard will give us housing right from the start, just working as intended. Look at garrisons. Look at what Blizzard tried to do with garrisons and how miserably it failed because they ran out of time. They literally just did not have enough time to make it perfect. Rather than try to re-envision or reimagine the wheel, just fucking use the wheel that you already have and fix it, right? You think Bill Gates is going to give us a house? Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would, but Bill Gates is no longer at Microsoft, so it's all right, I think. Mercer the Wise, how you doing, bro? Imagine there is a quest that you must go to your home and Sylvanas is there surprising you and giving you quests. Or surprising you and giving you something else. Most people know why everyone wants houses in World of Warcraft, and it is to ERP. Let's fucking be real. Like, most of you degenerate filth don't want houses because you want to build your house. You want it so you can ERP in your house. Don't fucking lie to me. I know what you guys think. I know what you like. Wouldn't be rushed all this time. We would get much better game. Isn't this part of the risk-taking thing you were talking about? Yam Times, yes, but there's certain risks that you have to weigh from the perspective of Blizzard. No. You guys should be getting lag. I can see my internet taking a fucking dump here. Don't worry. Can you still hear me? Or should I wait for it to blow over before I keep talking? Don't worry. I'm emailing my ISP right after this and telling them where my problem lies so they can fix whatever the fuck this is, because it is annoying. Don't worry. I am aware that you guys are annoyed and that it sucks. Sadly, this is just how it is at the minute. Nigga Spider, how you doing? Okay, so internet seems to be good again for a bit, so let's just talk about this, all right? And I haven't forgotten your question, Rito. I am getting to it. When you think about risks, you have to approach those risks from the perspective of Blizzard. And how do Blizzard think about those risks? World of Warcraft over the last, well, we can actually say over the last 2 decades, World of Warcraft have done something that is going to be very difficult for them to unravel. As more and more MMOs started coming out that really catered to very specific player bases, Final Fantasy, for example, really heavily caters to super casual and RP players. And as World of Warcraft, you know, sort of neglected the more casual audience in their midst, in the, you know, for the esports competition vibe, you know, more dungeons, Mythic Plus, raids, things of that nature. It sort of built, because ultimately, if you build it, they will come. Not everyone will come, right? The people that like what you've built will come. And in World of Warcraft's case, you've built a game that is very much centered around esports, around competition, around hardcore or hardcore-like content. And that's the majority of your player base. So if you're Blizzard, when you think about risks and you think about housing, you are automatically going to think, right, I'm going to take a massive risk here. I'm going to give up most likely a raid tier or even a dungeon to build a housing system that the majority of my players aren't going to use. So I'm not actually building that system for my existing player base. I'm building that system in the hopes that I get other players from other video games to play my game instead and use this new feature, because my player base is off doing dungeons and off doing raids. So that's a very risky endeavor. You are taking content from your existing player base, type of content that they like doing, and you're giving content that you're hoping brings in a new crowd. If you do take that risk, you want to do it in such a way that it minimizes the impact on the existing player base, because I don't want a World of Warcraft that is built for me at the expense of everyone else, because I know there are people that currently love World of Warcraft. I know that. I know there are people that log in every single day and play every single day, and they love playing the game. It's the only game they play. I don't want to ruin their game. I just want a game for me as well. Right? A game that I like logging into. Because right now, the only logins I do in World of Warcraft is when there's new story. The second I've finished the new story, I never log in again. I logged in for the first 3 or 4 days when the new patch came out. I finished the story and I've not logged in again. I haven't logged into WoW in over a month, almost. Because I don't want to do any of the activities in the game. Dream Surges, I would rather jump off a bridge than do Dream Surges. I have no interest in that content. It doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't hunt transmogs. I don't hunt mounts. I don't play that game. So for me, that game means none of the things in World of Warcraft that you could potentially do means anything to me as a player. But I don't want to take those things away from anyone. I want those players to have the game that they enjoy. I just want World of Warcraft to also offer things for me to enjoy. This is why I continuously say, take risks on things that already exist. Don't try and reinvent something new. Bring Torghast back, update it a little, you know, put like a couple of developers on that, and maybe add a couple of new floors, maybe remove gear from it, build all of the power into the talent system, and then allow people to collect their own powers, and, you know, make it 50 floors or something at the start. And that is a system that I can play, and I can really enjoy, and I can do it as much as or as little as I want. That way, you're not redesigning anything. Like, you're not reinventing the wheel. You're not doing a whole new thing. You're just doing something that's already there. You know, it already exists. The garrison housing system, same thing. It already exists. Just make it a little bit better. Give it to players. Give them the ability to customize it. And there you have at least some kind of functional garrison system or housing system in World of Warcraft, or at least the beginnings of it. Because I'm very cognizant of the fact that not everyone plays the game the same way that I do. And not everyone likes the same game that I like. If it was up to me, if I was making World of Warcraft, most of you would fucking hate WoW. Because I would fill WoW with so much quest text and so many cutscenes. Leveling would take forever. Because I would just literally bog you down in story. Just that's the thing I love most about WoW, is the story, you know? Gameplay's unfun shit. We all know it. Those who don't admit they are coping. Xanarath, you can't say that, right? It's not the same thing. So, for example, when people tell me that the lore in Dragonflight is written really well, I can say, yeah, you're absolutely fucking coping, mate, because I can prove to you objectively why the lore is not written really well. But when someone tells you, I like the game, you can't say that they're coping, because different people like different things. There are people out there that play Forza Motorsport, and they swear that they enjoy it. I would rather stare at the wall than play Forza Motorsport. I can't think of anything more boring than playing a fucking racing game. But there are people that like racing games, and they love that game, right? It's their kind of game. So you can't, especially when it comes to gameplay, you can't tell someone you're just fucking wrong, right? You just don't know what good games are, because different people like different games. Sims, for example, there's people that actually like The Sims. Would I play The Sims? No. Why would I play The Sims? It sounds like a very boring game to me. But there are people that like it. So it's sort of difficult, right? There's people who play FIFA. Yeah, but those people are actively stupid. Let's not even try to be good here. If you're still playing EA games in 2023, you are actually stupid. All right, Rito. $15. You deserve my full attention. I'm with you now. All right, so Rito asks, how hopeful you are for the next expansion, BlizzCon? Do you think WoW will be WoW again? Will it have the Warcraft vibe instead of Blizz trying to appeal to Twitter users while driving the narrative into the ground? I mean, we discussed this yesterday in depth, really, so I'm not going to go over what I said yesterday again, because the video will be out on the Clips channel probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. What I will say, if there has ever been a chance for the narrative in World of Warcraft to be good again, I would say that chance is now. This is probably the best chance for it, because Chris Mason we know that Chris Mason knows how to write a good story. Question is, how much of what Chris Mason wants to do will the developers actually allow for? Rythology, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Yeah, there's probably an F here again. Little moose swag. How's the internet? How's the stream? Is it better or still bad? Adrian, how you doing, bro? All right, we should be back now. Is everyone back? YouTube, Twitch, are you guys back? Or Still having trouble. And Caleb, I would say it depends. How hot is the femboy? You know, it would depend, right? You get some fanboys that will make you fucking question shit, right? So, you know, depends. Well, where was I before the internet so rudely interrupted me? What was I talking about, game chat? I felt like I was on a fucking roll. And then now I can't remember. Valsmoke, how you doing, bro? Love your content. I can just listen to your voice for hours. Rithology, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh, yeah. We were talking. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember now. I remember what I was talking about. So, from Chris Mason's point of view, it is literally going to come down to what is the talent like on the Blizzard team. You know, Blizzard have lost a lot of developers over the last few years. A lot of the good developers have left. You know, for those of you that are on YouTube now and never watch on Twitch, we've spent the last few weeks watching a very interesting video series. I say video series. We've watched 2 of his videos so far, but it's one of the one of the lead developers that made Fallout way back in the day, and he's sort of speaking about the how gaming has changed, and specifically how gaming development has changed, and how hard it is now to actually make video games, because most of the new developers that come in are, he didn't say it like this, but I will say it on his behalf, are borderline fucking useless. Like, most new game developers go through the college system. The college system doesn't teach you how to make good games. It teaches you how to make profitable games. Because that's what college is all about. It's a business, right? So it teaches you the business of gaming. It doesn't teach you gaming. So, you know, Blizzard have long since changed the way they hire people. It used to be back in the day, Blizzard would hire developers based on their passion. This is why someone like Ian Hezikostas got to work at Blizzard. Remember, he's a lawyer by trade, but he showed vision in terms of dungeon and raid design that ultimately landed him the job of designing raids for World of Warcraft back in the day. Nowadays, if you want to work at Blizzard, you need to be able to show where you studied game design. And so, will the game be good? Can Chris Mason save the game? It's gonna depend on the quality of the developers around Chris Mason. You know, how much talent is there? And also, how much willingness is there? Are those developers willing to admit that what they have done up until this point isn't really working? The player base isn't really responding to some of the things that you are doing right now. And you have to change that. Are they willing to accept that? Or is there going to be consistent pushback from them to no end, right? Or are they just consistently going to be like, no, we don't give a fuck, we want to do it this way? Because it feels like that is sort of where we are, right? With a lot of things in this day and age, it's all about getting the most amount of money out of things. You no longer do things out of passion and allow your passions to grow. The funny thing, Rithology, about that is if you look at, like, people who truly become successful, it's almost always people that do things out of passion. And that passion eventually turns into brilliance. Because you're so passionate about what you do, you become brilliant at the thing that you do. The issue is that people like Bobby Kotick don't have passion for video games, they have passion for money. And so they only think about, how much money can we make here? Like, what's the maximum amount of cash that we can get out of this game? And that's all they care about. Maybe Spencer throws Dreamhaven Studios an offer to buy and merge into Blizzard. I highly doubt that Mike Morhaime will ever sell to a big corporation again. If you look at how Mike Morhaime set up Dreamhaven, it was specifically to ensure that he would never again be in the position that he was in with Blizzard. And I see the internet is fucking out again, so... All right, we should be back. Are we back? Can you guys hear me again? Yeah, we should be back now. Mercer, this formula can't go on forever, Echo. They have to change course eventually over on YouTube. Yeah. The question is, do you know? Do you have the ability to realize that this formula isn't working right now? Because I kid you not, I had this comment on a video just last night. Just last night, someone commented on my video telling me that me, a supposed influencer, I hate that fucking word. I'm not an influencer. I'm just a moron with a camera that happens to own a mic. No one's influencer. If I'm influencing you into anything, there's fucking something wrong with you. You should not be listening to me on how you live your life, but never mind, right? These supposed influencers, now they think they know how the world works. Telling me that what I want for World of Warcraft is literally why the game is dying. And the interesting thing is, what I want for World of Warcraft is to go back to before World of Warcraft was fucking dying, right? To reverse some of the bullshit that they pulled in the last 6 years and actually bring the game back to a good place. I mean, that's all I want for the game, right? Is to go back to when it was actually a really, really good game and new players were coming in and playing it. So, are we ever going to get there? Do Blizzard even know what is wrong and why so many people aren't necessarily? Because one thing I should say, and I think it is important to say because a lot of people don't know that this is my position. Dragonflight is 100% better than Shadowlands. Like, it's 100% better than Shadowlands. But since Shadowlands was absolute dog shit, that's not a high bar, right? That's not an impossible bar to be better than, right? All you didn't have to do was shit the bed in order to be better than Shadowlands, right? And Blizzard managed to do that. Dragonflight is a good starting point. The question now is going to become, how good can Dragonflight be from this point forward, right? How well can they build on top of what they've just laid down? The foundation is there. We now need to see where this foundation can go. Just to wow Andy in a religious frenzy. Echo total insta-thought influencer girl. Or what do the insta eagles do? It's this, right? Or some shit like that. That's me now. I actually have just frozen on that one. Internet's down again. Or going down, it looks like. Blue Nile, how you doing, brother? They said at least they didn't have a dragon daycare. I mean, I have no problem with the Dragon Daycare. I think the Dragon Daycare is actually pretty good. I think it's a good place to start looking at people that like pets. Right? There should be more things for more types of players, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the Dragon Daycare. Pro at this, the only way to get new... sorry about that. Missed that one. Pro at this, the only way to get new players in, the game must be free to play. Just buy game, free to play. Jay, I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if we're there yet at the place where it has to go free to play. The problem with free to play is that it's irreversible. Once you pull that trigger, you can never go back, right? It's there. It's always going to be there. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. You are now a free-to-play video game. I do not see Blizzard doing that unless it is absolutely required. And I don't think the player base is that low that Blizzard needs to go free-to-play. I think there's still enough good things in World of Warcraft to justify the sub. I don't like how many other ways there is now that Blizzard monetizes the game. I find that a little bit disgusting, because I do think the trading post is going to turn into a very big monetization system very soon. So that I don't like. I really hope that under Microsoft that gets turned around and we don't end up with just this consistent need for driving more and more monetization into the game. But I don't know if the subscription service needs to go yet, at least. Kato Smith, wait, did the box win, or are the box only just starting to play? When is the game between the Springboks and the English? Because my League of Legends team got their cheeks fucking clapped today. At 9 p.m. Oh, so it's still a while. Alright, cool. I know the internet is shitting in the bed again, guys. I'm just waiting for it to stabilize a little, and then we'll continue chatting. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to talk to my fucking ISP and get this shit sorted. This is just beyond fucking annoying. Cupcake ass, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you guys still see me, or is the internet completely down? Is it like a super F moment? Because I'm sitting here waiting for the internet to stabilize. But if you guys can still see me, we can keep talking. Because I can see the internet shitting the bed at the minute, at least. Me nosy, the problem with that was, right, everyone knew that it was gonna come back and it was gonna be completely reset. I don't think WoW would do that, and I don't think that's what people are talking about. I think people are talking about full free-to-play, and that's what I'm saying you can't ever go back from, right? So if you've pulled the trigger and you've gone completely free-to-play, you're screwed on that, yeah? Ifan, how you doing, bro? Yeah, the video quality, I know everything is just shit at the minute. I can see also that Twitch viewers are super far behind because I asked this question like years ago and you guys are only getting it right now. So, you know, I can see that this stream is going fucking swimmingly. Technology is working as it should. I can see everything's working exactly as it should. Yeah, the internet is really bad. That's what's happening here. I think if we're going to continue this conversation in any sort of real way, we are probably going to have to jump over to Twitch proper in order to have this conversation. Until my ISP fixes this bullshit. Because I now know where the problem is, right? I know the problem lies with my Restream account. For some reason, my internet isn't liking Restream, so they need to fix it. And they need to fix my access to Restream. But I'll ask them to do that. So, if you are watching this... If you are watching this over on YouTube currently, and you can hear me, and I hope that you can fucking hear me, join us over on Twitch. I'm gonna end the stream, jump over to Twitch proper, get off of Restream for a second, and let me wait for the internet to at least stabilize a bit, and then I'll say this, just so people can actually fucking hear me. Because I'm not sure if the YouTube guys can hear me. Shadow Rodney, I'm not splitting the stream. I'm using Restream as a service. So I'm just streaming to one place. Restream splits it. The problem is that this is not working because my internet is rejecting it. Okay, if you are watching on YouTube, come over to Twitch. We're going to have a bit of a conversation. I'm not sure how long I'll be streaming for. Probably a few hours or so. But we can finish the conversation over there. Just come join me. It's the same thing as on YouTube. I promise you. Nothing weird. The links are in the description down below. Just click it and join us there. But I'm going to reach out to my ISP. Get them to fix this bullshit. So that... Gunpostfub, what's wrong with you? Pornhub? No, I don't have Pornhub up, but no, I'm going to fix this shit so that we can do proper multi-streams, right? So you can watch me on YouTube or on Twitch, wherever the fuck you want. My ISP, for some reason, isn't doing that right now. That's why we're constantly having lag shit, right? So yeah, I'll see you guys over on Twitch for now. I'll let you know as soon as my ISP has fixed this. I'm gonna email them right after the stream and tell them this is where the problem is. Fix the shit. Because I want to be able to stream to both YouTube and Twitch. So I'll see you guys over on Twitch in 5 seconds. I'm just quickly logging over there, yeah? And then then we can talk. All right.